Waiting for my OBS to freeze like it does.
Well, so far, no technical issues. So this is good for us because I usually have something break by now too. All right, Chard, whenever you're ready.
My spirit broke long before this started.
We haven't even started.
That's going into the episode when I cut it for Spotify a video.
Yep.
Is that my opening line?
Yeah.
Today on.
Okay. Guys, we need to have a discussion today. I know we do a lot of retro game discussions off and on, but it feels like today needs to be something special, a little different. We have a special guest today, so her vast knowledge on the topic needs to be considered, as we are not going to be discussing anything video game. Well, I mean, not really. No, this is not going to be a video game related topic today. But the immortal words of Uncle Ben, with great power comes great responsibility. And looking over these brackets, I'm surrounded by the most irresponsible people I have ever met. Marvel Bracket Movie Challenge. Today on...
Just pull random words of a hat for that one? Is that what that was?
We'll talk over the intro.
You're right.
Completely scripted. Guys, like Peter Parker seeking revenge against Bonesaw, like Thor screaming into the sky, calling for his hammer, and like Steven Rogers getting old for no reason. The four of us are here to talk about a very, very touchy subject. For some reason, someone thought this would be a good idea to pit the four of us, not against, but against each other, as to what the best out of the, 12? How many we got?
24
12 movies?
24. We could get this to 12.
movies.
Are you kidding me?
I was going to say, we tried 12 and we were literally arguing this entire week trying to plan this entire episode out because there's too many. There's too many. So we're going to have a discussion about the MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe, for those of you who don't know and live under a rock. Which movies out of these 24, now we know there are some out there that are probably top of your list, but it didn't make ours. So we apologize in advance because there's movies on here I guarantee that should not be. And they won't be for long. But it's okay because Jake always has to be the odd man out in these things. But we love him anyways.
Sorry you like bad movies.
We love
Chard.
him
What can I
for
say?
I like bad movies. Ooh.
Just some of the ones you want on this list make no sense to me. We'll get to it.
The man that fell asleep during Infinity War, which is arguably one of the greatest.
Is that a true story?
Universe.
Yeah,
that is a true story.
The second time I watched, I fell asleep. It's too
the
long.
second time. Okay, the first time I
saw it
would
in the
be
theater
upset,
the first
the second
time.
I can forgive.
Yeah.
He wanted to fall asleep.
Yeah, the only reason he didn't because he wasn't in a comfortable chair. We got to make this quick because Sinistar keeps lashing at me to be like, well, we got to make it quick. We got to make it quick.
We got 24. This is going to be a 4-hour episode. Let's go.
I'm going to make it a 24-hour episode. We're going to talk each hour about every individual movie.
Every bracket, a deep dive. The history, the lore.
We'll even deep dive Blade. We're going to dive right in.
Wow.
All right. You know what, Jake, since you have your algorithm is purely Canadian, can you please discuss your choices for the first 24 selection?
All right, so let's start with the first bracket then, Chard. It's Thor Ragnarok versus Spider-Man Homecoming.
Spider-Man Homecoming. Winner. Done.
No. What?
Yes.
Ragnarok's great.
Ragnarok.
Yeah.
I hate every single one of you. You're going to tell me that Michael Keaton as the Vulture is going to get voted off the island because Thor is a goofball?
No, because Taika Waititi did such a good job with that movie.
Care.
That is why
awesome.
that's all. Otherwise, yes, I love Spider-Man Homecoming. It's great. But Ragnarok
hate this
is better.
bracket. Fine.
Yeah,
Sorry.
this
I
is an
lose.
awful bracket. This is an awful
This is an
bracket.
It's the
awful bracket.
first one.
I know, but
well,
this is an awful bracket.
I
Like,
could already tell. This is going to be an awful continuance. Let's just go ahead and move on.
Okay.
Thor Ragnarok's wins because I don't understand anybody in this bracket with me. All right, what's the next one up, sir?
Yeah. So for the first round, we're going to go quick, but once we have it down to 12, then we're going to take our time and discuss
Yeah, we'll dive
the
into
12.
the 12. Yeah, we'll dive into the 12.
All right. So second preliminary, I guess, is Captain Marvel versus the Avengers, the first Avengers movie.
The Avengers next.
Avengers.
Avengers next.
But Avengers doesn't have a cat.
Avengers next.
Captain Marvel has a
Avengers
cat.
next. What's the next bracket? Avengers next.
It's not a
What's the next
cat.
bracket?
It is not a cat.
It's like a
It looks like
Cthulhu
a
cat.
but it is not a cat.
It's a cat. It's a Cthulhu.
it is a
It
cat.
It is a cat.
It's a Cthulhu. That's true. It's a Glorkit or something like that. All right, fine.
Don't argue with me, Jake. You're wrong. Move on.
The second round, we're gonna break this shit down.
He just wants to break it down in my face.
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. That's the recent sequel.
The
I
versus
haven't
animated
seen
Iron
that
Man.
one. I haven't
Mhm.
seen that one.
Really?
Listen, as
I
much
haven't
as
either. No,
Yeah.
so I have to go with Iron Man because
Yeah.
that's the one
As
that-
much of a Spider-Man fan I am, I really, really liked Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man and Tony Stark. I was really impressed with how they did the movie. I won't break it down too heavily, but I want to go with Iron Man because it was the closest thing where they took current situation, current times, and adjusted it to fit with Tony Stark's actual story in the background. It's the most like actual, like, we're gonna make this now, but we're still gonna try and keep it within the realm of his actual origin story. So
It also was the like Marvel. I'm taking my 30 seconds here. Marvel actually bet the farm on Iron Man. Like they actually told whatever the group was that was producing it that like they would actually own the rights to Marvel if this did not perform well. They
Right.
bet the farm and they won.
Mhm.
I got that. So I like Iron Man a lot. It's probably one of my favorite ones of the MCU. But Across the Spider-Verse, if you haven't seen it, if this bracket was
I
Iron Man
want to.
versus but if this is Iron Man versus the first Spider-Verse movie, would your answer be different?
I would be close, but I would still probably say Iron Man by a nose. By
Okay.
a nose.
Okay.
And
my mechanical face shield nose.
I
Yeah.
would go the other way. It would probably be the Spider-Verse movie.
And Jeff Daniels. Jeff
Jeff
Bridges.
Dan- okay.
Daniels?
So
Bridges.
the only reason
The
I'll
other
say
Jeff, the
Across the
other Bridges.
Spider-Verse is it is one of the best movies of this year for sure that I've seen, and probably in recent years actually. I kind of wish we went with the first Spider-Verse movie then on the brackets, but that's okay. I just gotta say that if anybody has seen the first one, you got to watch the second one. The second one's amazing. What they do with the extended cameos of Spider-Man is just great. The voice acting is so good, and the story is from start to finish. This is not a short anime movie. It's like 2 hours.
Yep.
It's a long haul, and I could not wait to see more. I can't wait for the third movie to come out in a couple of years. It's
Yeah,
really
it's
I
actually
actually
on my
have-
list. I just haven't had the chance.
I actually have Across the Spider-Verse, the book, the actual comic book set here in my house, but it's packed up because we're moving. Anyways, Jake,
Next.
Sick Jake created this bracket in a cave with a bunch of scrap.
I do like Iron Man. I do like Iron Man. That's fine. All right, so Iron Man wins that one.
Okay.
Okay, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 versus the Incredible Hulk.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yep.
Yeah, it's Guardians of the Galaxy, but
I'm
I gotta
Mary
say,
Poppins, y'all. Sold.
the
Sorry.
Incredible Hulk. So somebody from a Discord
is he
mentioned this
cool?
one. Yeah. So somebody mentioned in the Discord Incredible Hulk and how they like this one. This one trumps the previous Ang Lee version, which was awful. This is way better. It's still early MCU though, and like when we just mentioned Iron Man being like, betting the farm on the franchise as a whole,
Mhm.
that was after the Incredible Hulk. Incredible Hulk was earlier than that.
Yeah.
But I don't think it holds up to the
No,
other ones.
I think Iron Man, because the last half of Incredible Hulk, William Hurt meets with Tony Stark to talk about the Avengers
Mhm.
Initiative, I believe, at the end of the Incredible Hulk.
Oh, okay.
Since we're never going to talk about this movie again, I am going to put my 2 cents in about the Incredible Hulk, and that is that I watched that movie once when it first came out, and I hated it, and I never watched it again. and I have like cleansed it from my brain. And I do like about once a year, maybe a little more often, do a chronological watch through of the movies, and that has been left out every single time.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. So I still
That's
watch
how I
it.
feel about that.
Yeah.
Listen, the Incredible Hulk is better than the Eric Bana Hulk.
Oh,
So
yes.
after watching the Eric
Hands
Bana
down.
Hulk, this one's not so bad.
I will
Sure,
agree.
but I still
It's-
just don't like it at all.
But
in
I
way,
mean,
shape, or form.
shit is shit. Just this one smells less bad.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
The one thing I do want to say that's really great is Tim Roth is the Abomination in the movie, and they brought that actor and character back for She-Hulk, and that was kind
He's
of
coming back.
Yeah,
That's exciting.
So,
I like Eric or Tim Roth.
Yeah,
cool.
All right,
Cool.
okay, so that's Guardians of the Galaxy wins that one. Next one, oh, I hate you guys already. The first Captain
You made
America, the
this.
first
We didn't do
Avenger. Yeah, the first Avenger versus Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I really
Guardians
like
3.
both these. I know. Fuck.
I love the Red Skull, but I have to go with Guardians 3.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is a really good movie. Like really fantastic movie. Yeah. That sucks
I
for
think
Captain
I
America.
think that the backstory for Rocket is absolutely heart-wrenching and high value, and then you wrap an entire movie around that, right? Which is what a Guardians 3 was, right? I mean, yeah,
I cried like
absolutely
3
epic.
times during that movie. It would really, it
It
was a
was
really good,
it's deep.
compelling movie.
It's deep.
Yeah.
James Gunn
Yeah.
went out literally with a bang
huge.
before he left the MCU for DCU.
And sorry, spoiler. There is a quick cameo with Yondu.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's that. So Captain America, the First Avenger, it's also one of the origin movies and one of the best ones because you have Tommy Lee Jones, who's freaking fantastic. And what they did with Steve Rogers'
As
origin
always.
was really well done. Like special effects, sure, but it felt a little more grounded than a lot of the Marvel movies are, especially in the later half. So I really like that one. But yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is definitely better.
Jake's going to get done with the bracket and stand up and stare at all of us and say, I could do this all day.
All right.
He's gonna look backwards in the mirror and say, "That is America's ass."
I see America's ass every week, Sinistar. Every Friday around this time. All right, next
At
one
least
is
2 to 3 of us,
Deadpool 2. That's Deadpool 2 versus Doctor Strange.
Oh,
For me, it's
See,
Doctor
here's my thing.
Strange.
Yeah, here's
Oh,
my thing.
fuck me.
I love Doctor Strange. I like the Doctor
Mhm.
Strange movie. I love Benedict Cumberbatch as Stephen Strange. He played a pompous surgical asshole very, very well, and played the anxiety-ridden guy trying to figure out his fucking life,
Yep.
and then kind of grew within it. And I really like the mind-bending effects. We have 2 Deadpools on here, and I would almost risk sacrificing one of the better 2 Deadpools just to see this one keep going because both Deadpool movies are too fucking good. So I'll tell you what.
Do we have the other
I'll
one
tell
on
you
here?
what. I'm gonna
I don't think we
go
do.
if it is. I thought they were both on here because if they're
No.
both on here,
My problem is
maybe not. Maybe
my
not.
problem is
Nope. All right.
both
Deadpool 2.
Deadpools are absolutely fantastic, but Deadpool 2 Cable, I think it inches just above. I
Well,
think it
looking over the bracket and knowing that this is the only Deadpool on here, then Deadpool has to win.
I have to go
That has to
Deadpool.
be.
I just think
Yeah.
Benedict
It's so
Cumberbatch
close.
is Doctor Strange, just like Robert Downey Jr. is
Yeah.
Tony Stark. Like the casting
oh, yeah.
was
No,
so
he's-
on point.
Yep. Spot on.
Well,
Absolutely.
he
At
also
that point,
played the
Ryan
bad guy.
Reynolds is Deadpool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Again,
He's also
so-
really casted really well. But then the rest of them, like I like Deadpool. It was okay, but I don't know if it's better than Doctor Strange. But
okay.
yeah,
Ooh.
it was okay.
Deadpool. We're going Deadpool. Deadpool's the
Yeah,
winner.
I'm sorry, Jake. I'm
Okay.
sorry. It's
You're not
Deadpool.
even going to vote for your own local talent. You're going away from Regina.
I bought his gin.
Get
I've done my
out of
Canadian
here.
dues. I bought Aviator gin. He's happy with me. Like I would sign up for his
Get
fucking cell
outta
phone
here.
company, but they don't have Canadian service. It's fine. All right.
I love mint.
All
It's
right.
delicious.
Captain America, the Winter Soldier, otherwise known as the good one, I guess, versus Blade. Now, all right. Look, I know you're not going to vote for Blade, but I'm going to. Here's my 30 seconds on Blade.
Let's give him his time in the sun.
Yeah,
Let's give him
thank
his
you.
moment in the sun.
All right, this is pre MCU.
Captain America, Winter Soldier.
Yeah, fuck you. Blade is pre-MCU. Okay, this is before comic movies were given that length of room to do what they want to do as comic book movies. Back then, like the early X-Men movie and all that shit, they were always pigeonholed by executives and studios to be more realistic, right? That's why we never had Yellow Suit Wolverine in the 90s and X-Men, but we do now. It's because back then they didn't have the freedom to be a comic book movie as they want to. But Blade laid the groundwork for a lot of the movies that we look at today because it did so well, it was so successful. The cast is great. Wesley Snipes, whatever, tax evasion and whatnot, he's still great in this movie. He's a terrible actor, but his wooden performance fits Blade so good. He's badass as Blade. Chris Christopherson, come on. Even Stephen Dorff, right? Teen Vogue's Guy of the Year, Stephen Dorff.
Go rewatch that movie.
Vogue?
Go rewatch that movie. Stephen Dorff is bad.
He's awful.
No.
He's terrible.
Bad.
Yes.
Oh
And
my
you know
God,
why Wesley
just watch
Snipes
him.
is so
What
you know why
the
Wesley
director-
Snipes is so good in this movie? It's because he doesn't fucking say anything.
Do you
He has
know
Which is
like
probably
4
for the best.
lines.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Chris Christopherson was great as Whistler. I agree with you.
Yeah.
But go watch Stephen Dorff and tell me that the director didn't just say, act like a brooding piece of shit.
Yeah, that's what his character is. He's the young upcoming
awful,
Zoomer
but
vampire
he
who's
took
an
it-
asshole.
But he took it.
Yeah.
But he took it to the point that it was like a caricature of itself.
Oh, I think you guys are hitting this movie too hard. I think this movie is great. Is it like the movies
Blade
today?
is hard
Absolutely
enough.
not. But like, would we if they
There
took
were
Guardians of
3
the
of these
Galaxy and
movies.
did it in the 90s when Blade came out, it would be a much different movie. The other one
Jake?
point I want to
Yeah.
say is the other thing I want to say is
I
that
really
in terms
like
of
Blade.
yeah, thank you.
I
At least
really
got
like Blade.
somebody. Yeah. But the thing is, there's also like a lack of black superheroes, right? This is one of the only ones, especially from that
Mhm.
time, right? And
Mhm.
that's Blade.
But
So there's a
is
lot
that
there. Before there was
is that a
freaking
failure-
Black Panther Wakanda Forever, we had Blade. That's what we
but
had.
is that
So
a failure of the movies or a failure of the Marvel universe itself?
I think
All
it's-
of the above.
yeah, the industry has never been. It's always been white bread. Like honestly, right?
I
That's just the way it
want-
was. It's
I-
gotten
I am
better, but it's
so-
still
I am
terrible.
so stoked at Falcon being Captain America.
Yes.
A black Captain America. I'm stoked about it.
Yeah.
I agree. Black. We need more black superheroes. I want all of like the top tier cast from Black Panther to have their own series. Like I
Yeah.
want them all because they're great. Right.
So I get it.
I
Yeah.
love that we are getting more diversity
Mhm.
to that point. It
Absolutely.
has been a long time coming. It makes me happy.
But Blade's still
But-
a bad movie.
It's a good movie, but when you put up against fucking Captain America, Winter Soldier, like I mean, there's not much to be said. So I would say Winter Soldier. But I like Blade a
Ryan
lot.
Reynolds was even in the third one, and it was still not good.
Oh, the third one was so bad.
Ryan Reynolds did a lot of bad superhero movies. So okay,
Yeah,
Let's
he
be
was
real.
Deadpool. He was
I still
Deadpool.
like-
He was
Yeah,
a
well, I
horrible
still like Green
Deadpool.
Lantern.
He was a horrible
Yeah,
Deadpool.
you know what? That's another
Wolverine.
point for Deadpool too, is that he goes back and retcons one of those mistakes.
And yeah,
He does.
I know.
It's-
All of his mistakes.
I think-
all
I
of his
think he-
mistakes.
I think
He even got him
says,
during
like,
the Green Lantern reading.
Yeah, I think he even says something like "You're welcome" or something after he like
Yeah.
He does.
plugs
Well,
him
he
a
has it
couple
on-
extra
he's-
times.
He has it on the keychain too. He has the little
Uh-huh,
character
yeah.
on his keychain. I fucking
Uh-huh.
love that shit.
Yeah. Okay, we took too long
right.
on this one.
all right. Next one. Okay, Spider-Man: No Way Home versus Guardians of the Galaxy 1, the first one. That's hard.
hate you.
Oh,
Those are
Oh,
both
this
really
is a
good.
tough-
Okay, I'm doing my 30 minutes or 30 seconds or whatever.
I'm
on this
doing my
goddamn
30
shit.
minutes.
Spider-Man:
This
No
is
Way
gonna be
Home.
fun.
Spider-Man: No Way Home. Guardians of the Galaxy was fantastic. The first one, spectacular. Went in with super low expectations, blew my fucking mind. I loved Guardians, but understand this: Spider-Man is my Super Mario RPG, is my rose-colored nostalgia glasses, where they introduce all of my favorite Spider-Man characters, spoiler alert, throughout the entire movie, including the villains that played them from the original. They took all 3 Spider-Man movies and smushed them into one phenomenal, outstanding cinematic adventure that if they never made another Spider-Man again, I would
Yeah.
actually be happy with how they finished this shit up.
Agreed.
That
Agreed.
Yeah.
movie was spectacular. It's
I
not
thought it
fair
was
that
the
it's
last
against
one.
Guardians, but since Guardians is in here fucking twice, I'm going with Spider-Man No Way Home because that movie actually made me weep.
I'm going to say, even aside from what you just said, thinking like objectively about the two, this is a very tough bracket, but I think Spider-Man is just slightly better. So I'm voting Spider-Man as well.
3.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I think it's Spider-Man No Way Home. I love Marissa Tomei as
I'm less
Aunt
salty.
May. I love that. I love how all the Spider-Man tied together in the one universe. I love that they brought what's the guy who does Green Goblin? What was his name again?
Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
that's
of
right.
them. Jamie Foxx was back.
yeah.
The guy that played the fucking
Doc Ock.
lizard.
Doc
Yeah,
Ock.
Doc Ock is back. Like
fucking
that was.
Alfred
Plus, you had Doctor
Molina.
Strange. And,
All those people were.
So
Yeah,
I think that one's good.
it was too good. It was too good. I loved it.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
I actually cried. I actually cried when they were like working together and shit. I was like bumming. It was so damn good.
Yep. Guardians was.
It's good too.
Guardians was epically
Guardians was
good.
great.
It was
Guardians
epically
was really good.
Yeah.
I would almost pick Guardians. Guardians 1. See, we have this split where you guys like 3 more than 2, and I love 1 and 2. I think those two are married together quite well.
I like how we're doing short little bits on the first bracket.
Yeah, we're totally doing that. Move on.
Okay.
That's my fault.
X-Men First Class versus Logan.
Oh,
Logan.
Logan.
Yeah. First Class is good, but it's got to be Logan. Logan is, but
Yeah,
Logan almost
Logan
doesn't
was
even
a
feel
really
like a
good
comic
one.
book movie, to be honest with you. Like
No,
it feels,
Logan feels like
Old Man
it feels-
Logan. Old Man Logan is a comic series, so it's within.
I know,
some
but
kind
it feels more like somebody wrote a novel instead of a comic book. It feels like that
It's very deep.
they took it to like almost a literary kind of level, right?
Yeah,
It's deep. It's a lot more thought provoking than X-Men just stabbing things, but we'll get into that later. I agree. I like X-Men First Class because I love James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender, but I'm gonna go with Logan.
Yeah. All right, Logan. Yeah. Okay. Wow. we are going quick. Ant-Man
Someone's keeping us in check. So it's
Ant-Man.
versus
Okay.
Captain America: Civil War.
oh,
No.
Zemo's
you
a
got
terrible
Ant-Man in
villain.
both. You got Ant-Man in both. So
I know you do. And Civil
Civil
War,
War.
he does that epic. It was great in the battle.
yeah, that whole battle scene wins that movie.
Oh, is
Wins
that the
this
airport
bracket.
scene?
The whole battle.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
introduced
Mhm.
Spider-Man. Done. Sold. When they put him
Yep.
on there, I was fangirling the
Yeah.
hell out.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna go with Civil War.
And you get the Black Panther. You get the introduction of Black Panther, who is
Oh, that's
badass
true. I
as
forgot
well.
about that.
Did you vote Sinstress?
Yeah, I'm agreeing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So Civil War. Okay. Ant-Man was fun, but yeah, I don't think it holds a candle. Okay. Black Panther versus X-Men Days of Future Past, the Rogue cut, not the
Yeah,
standard
this
one.
is a hard one.
So
This
does
is a hard
somebody want
one.
to explain what the Rogue cut is? Just because people may not be familiar with that version.
Instead of Kitty Pryde, they have Rogue playing in the role.
They
that what
filmed.
it is?
They actually filmed. They actually filmed it so that Rogue did, a lot of the aspects, and then they cut her out in the original theatrical release. And honestly, like having watched the Rogue cut, I don't understand really how they could, and that's probably why it just didn't do well. Once the Rogue cut came out, yeah, it's an epically good movie. You've got Peter Dinklage, you've got old Xavier, young Xavier, old
Yeah.
Magneto, young
You got Patrick
Magneto.
Stewart and
Yeah.
fucking Michael Fassbender, or the same.
You've got
everything was really good.
Mystique was done so incredibly well in this movie.
Yeah. Jennifer Lawrence is
I have a
love
big
Jennifer
problem
Lawrence.
I have a big problem with the way they're portraying Mystique within the whole
Hmm.
this whole retcon. But this isn't how the book did it argument. That's not
Yeah.
anything other than she was great in the movies.
The Sentinels, I thought the introduction of the Sentinels was done well. I know
I
it's
like
not-
Black Panther though. I like
Yeah.
this movie.
No. I'm
Fuck.
making arguments, but I'm
I'm just
yeah.
because I would vote X-Men's Future Past on maybe 80% of anything we've had here. But Black Panther is so fucking good.
Yeah. Yeah, Black Panther's like a cultural touchstone. Like that movie's fantastic.
I think my biggest argument against now I'm I'm probably voting Black Panther. I'm still mulling it. But my biggest argument against Black Panther was I wanted to see Andy Serkis's character for like 25 more minutes.
Yeah.
Like he did such a good job as Claw. I like when I first saw the trailers and
What's
I saw
his
him
vibranium, precious?
and I saw Claw in the trailers. I'm like, Claw's the bad guy. Yes.
Yeah, I gotta go Black Panther. I love Futures Past. It's probably my favorite X-Men out of the whole
I agree.
shebang.
I'm exactly
Yeah, I gotta
where
go Black
Chart
Panther.
is, but
Yeah.
Black Panther.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
sad to say that this means there's no X-Men in the rest of the
I know.
tournament.
I know. I hate to sacrifice it for it, but
Well,
it's just,
that's
okay.
it's really fucking good.
Just basically because
that movie had me glued.
that's Fox. We still have a Fox representative with Deadpool 2. We're good.
Isn't he owned by Disney now, though?
Well,
it's
we'll
all
see.
it's all
We'll
owned by
see on-
Disney or Apple. If the rumors
Well,
are
but we'll
true.
see.
Apple.
We'll see how it's if we get the dun, at the beginning or if we get the MCU beginning. We'll see.
Yeah.
For Deadpool
All right.
3.
Last of our preliminaries is a Iron Man 2 versus Avengers Infinity War.
Infinity War. I love Iron Man 2. It's
Yeah.
fucking great because it's Tony Stark being totally so fucking full of himself again
Well,
as
and-
Iron Man and thinking he's indestructible and he gets his ass beat. And also introduce War Machine and Don Cheadle.
And what's his name as Whiplash is fantastic.
Mickey Rourke.
Oh yeah.
And
Mickey Rourke.
and the reason I think I love number 2 more than I love number 1, and I love number 1, but they're like really close. I think the reason I love number 2 is because you get Iron Man as Iron Man from minute 1 instead of having to wait for the like. I love the introduction story,
and it bleeds like from the first into the next movie, like it was seamless.
It's moment to
And I like
moment,
that.
right?
Yeah, I like that, and I like Sam Rockwell a lot too.
I think I have to go Infinity War.
Infinity War's so good. It's the culmination. It's the everybody dies and comes back. It's the culmination.
Everybody dies.
Infinity
Spoilers.
War is the character. I'll fucking sit. If you haven't fucking seen Infinity War yet, get out of your rock or Canada.
I'm gonna take
all these fuckers come back to life and fight Thanos in that scene where everybody's getting warped into the fucking big battle. You're not telling me that you weren't fucking rock hard during that entire fucking scene?
Was that
shit
Infinity War or was that
incredible.
the
That
other
That
one?
was Endgame.
That was Endgame.
Damn movie.
It's different.
Same damn.
No,
Different fucking movie
I
chart.
disagree. I disagree because I was
Fine.
going to say I'm going to take 20 seconds.
We didn't put Endgame in here. No, we
I'm
didn't.
gonna- I'm going to take 20 seconds and I'm going to point out, since Bruce and I went and saw this in the theater, it was one of the last movies we've seen in the theater, and I left pissed.
Well, I knew it was going to be two-parter. You knew they were going to make it a two-parter.
Except for they had programmed me to expect everything to be buttoned up and finished off at the end of every movie.
No. Who the fuck programmed you to do that? I must have been deprogrammed.
The MCU.
Oh,
did.
they lied to you. Fine.
Anyway.
I love Infinity War though.
I'm going to say Infinity War because when we left that theater, he was pissed and I felt devastated. Like I was
That shit hits hard.
wrecked. You know,
Mhm.
like I was like, all of these people, like they're just gone. You know, and I mean, I know that it's imaginary. I know that it's fake, it's fiction, but like
Doesn't matter.
you feel because you have like been watching these people for so long, like they're just gone.
And some of them were new. Some of them you just met. So yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
Well,
Infinity War.
remember when my dad was going through his stuff, a sociologist told us depression in men often shows up as anger. And I was angry.
That's true.
Oh, I was
Who
depressed.
played
I was
Justin
absolutely-
Hammer?
I was the saddest person in there.
It was
Justin-
Sam Rockwell.
That's Sam Rockwell. Yeah, I said that.
so he was
was
great
great.
as Justin Hammer.
Oh, he's
Just really
spectacular
good.
as AIM. Yeah.
Yeah, he just like
Don't
just
get
a
so attached.
absolute
Don't get
douchebag.
so attached to things.
Yeah,
Get this
he was
guy
so
a
good.
bird. Where's the guy's bird? Stupid
And
bird.
then-
I'll get you any bird you want.
Cheadle as Warhammer was on point. I
Oh,
love
yeah, John
Cheadle as
Cheadle is
Warhammer.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Like
Oh,
he's
yeah,
really
absolutely.
fantastic. I also
Iron
love
Man
Mickey
2 is a
Rourke.
great fucking movie. Yeah.
I think
It's
it's
a
the best
great
of the Iron
movie.
Man movies.
I just-
Iron
agree.
Man 2 is my favorite Iron Man.
Agreed.
My beef, I think, with the Infinity War and Endgame is it's two movies, and you watch them back to back nowadays, and it's too damn long. Even on its own, it's too damn long. And there's just like, I love the sci-fi, the special effects and the CGI, but there was just so much of it. It was draining. Like every scene was on a green screen. There's not one real bit of scenery in that damn movie. Like not one. That's why I liked, Winter Soldier and all the other ones, because it felt like it was more real and grounded.
I disagree.
Like, to be fair,
I believe New York looks like that.
Yeah,
I've been there.
Okay, but even like
Jake,
Civil War with the sorry, one sec, with the airport scene, I know that was all digitally done in CGI. Not one of it is real, but it felt more realistic than what Infinity War was doing. And that's why I think Infinity War was a bit too much even for me. And I like it; it was good, but it's a movie I'll never watch again because of how long it is. And to watch it, I feel like you have to watch all the previous movies before you can watch Infinity War again, and I don't have that time anymore. So for me, it's Iron Man.
For the record, Jake will never watch Lord of the Rings ever again.
I won't, because it's too fucking long. That's true.
I've
watched the extended edition once every 10 years, and I'm good.
I was going to say trilogy, but it's not a trilogy. It's much more than that.
Octology.
Yeah.
So is that's Infinity War?
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry, Iron Man.
All right.
Sorry, Sam.
So
that's their preliminaries,
and it got ditched.
Yeah.
All right, let's burn through the second half. We have our second half set up here. We have too many Guardians of the Galaxy. Can confirm.
You can take your time with this one. You don't have to rush through this one.
Well, we only got 30 more minutes, so we better pick up.
This episode's not going to be an hour long. Are you kidding me?
I can
never go for less than an hour. That's fine.
We're going to speed run this next half. Go.
The first one, Thor Ragnarok versus the Avengers.
Avengers. I think Thor Ragnarok is the best Thor out of the Thor series. Mm-hmm. Agreed. But he's just so goofy. And I like that. I like I can never pronounce the director's name properly, so I'm not going to butcher it.
Taika Waititi.
Thank you. That guy. I love that guy's writing. I love What We Do in the Shadows. I love this. I loved his character in The Mandalorian. I freaking love this guy. I liked him in Free Guy. He's awesome. He's killer. But the Avengers took all of the superheroes we had literally been waiting to get together for the first time and put them all on one screen to fight Loki and all of his goddamn trans-dimensional blue giant shit. That was sick. That was awesome. That still to this day is the movie I use to test out my surround sound in any place I move to, because of that fight scene is so perfect. Yes.
Okay.
Because the fight scene is so good and it's fucking shit's going on everywhere. It is perfect to test your 7.1 surround sound system.
And Puny God.
God. You love that. Yeah. I am blah, blah, blah. I am on a slam.
Now, I want to point out.
But you did get the follow-up in Ragnarok. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That's how it feels.
Yeah. You get, yeah.
I mean, I love the charisma between the two. That's my friend from work. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, it's awesome. Or when he's like in the disguise. He's got
and what's his name? What's his name?
I can still see your face. No, now you can't.
What's his name? Is the leader of the planet?
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah. I mean,
I love him.
He's great in that too. Yeah, everybody's great in Ragnarok.
The lady, his side person that's like, trash. That doesn't even start with a B. Like,
right? No, it's great. It is so well written. It is my favorite Thor out of the whole series. The Dark Aether, not so great.
Yeah.
The first Thor was pretty good, but I think Ragnarok was the culmination of like everything. And I dig it, but man, Avengers is just so powerful and so badass and has humor, action, fucking the team splitting up and get back together because they don't like one another because they're trying to figure their shit out. There's just a lot of depth. I mean, it's got a lot of layers.
Let's lay it out. Whether problems aside with him, it's Joss Whedon dialogue.
Yeah,
right,
100%. That's his trademark.
How do you get past Joss Whedon dialogue? Right. I mean,
right.
Like there's space whales in that freaking movie, but you don't care because the dialogue is written so good. And
it's got one of the greatest lines ever. That's my secret, Jake. I'm always angry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm not a big fan of Ruffalo as the Hulk. I never really cared for him so much.
Whatever.
Oh,
Nobody likes the Hulk.
I like
Mark
Like, he's,
Ruffalo. as the
I
Hulk.
mean,
Mhm.
you're not going to get Ed Norton. I know, I understand that, and nobody wants Banner, but like, I don't know. I really like Thor Ragnarok though. Yeah, they make Thor a bit too goofy, especially in Love and Thunder later on. But Ragnarok, he was fine.
Yeah.
But that supporting cast around him was so good, and the story was so outlandish. The music, what's it? What's that song they
Very
play when they're on the
colorful.
bridge? Is it AC/DC or is it Rush?
No, it's Led Zeppelin. Come
Yeah,
on.
Zeppelin,
All right, one of the
Yeah.
two. I love Led
Oh
Zeppelin.
my
They did my
dear
favorite song,
God.
sister.
Christ. How dare you mix up Led Zeppelin with AC/DC? God damn it.
It's the fucking immigrant song, you
Yeah, okay,
fucking
fine.
rube.
I know the song. I just know the band. Look, I love Led Zeppelin. They did my
AC/DC 's
favorite
not that
song, Hurt.
talented to write
It's
the
just a shame that
immigrant
Johnny
song,
Cash
bro.
ripped it off.
Dear
God
God.
damn it.
Dear God. Just
I
for
don't
that,
know.
I'm voting
High
Ragnarok.
voltage. That's what you get with AC/DC. Okay? You don't get the fucking immigrant song.
Oi.
I think
Oi.
my vote goes Thor Ragnarok. Avengers was good too, and I'm with you in the whole combination of all the movies up to that point, and it's really great. I love Samuel L. Jackson in that. Like he is like
Yeah.
Nick Fury.
That's
Like
a
they did such a
sweet
great
spot
job.
of like the
Yeah.
first section of MCU. That's
Yeah.
like what
That's
we
the
all
one,
been
but
waiting for.
I do
It is
like
the
Thor
climax.
Ragnarok. But I think I'm gonna go Ragnarok though.
So
I like just the overall story, the
Chris,
music,
what's
No.
your vote?
So I'm gonna go with the Avengers, and for very
We have
similar
a
reasons
tie.
as Chard. Because it's the first time I can think of where you have characters from that many disparate things brought together into one space. And you go back to TV and you'll have like crossovers between two or three shows, like Law and Order, you got Homicide, Life on the Streets, and blah, 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 blah. And you'll have characters crossing over. But it's never been like a conglomeration like that.
Right.
So
That's
I have
a lot
to go
of
Avengers
characters.
for that.
That's a
Yeah.
lot of characters because like you usually get like Scooby-Doo and Supernatural, right? That's like
Yeah.
that's which actually happened. Thank you very much. But you get all of these superheroes, like they finally pull all these people that had their own separate stories and their own separate lives molded into this pot to deal with this problem. They needed everybody to deal with this problem, and that's fucking cool. And the best part is when they got together, they didn't fucking like each other. It wasn't like hey, we're all superheroes, we're buddies. It's not like Justice League. It was like, I'm gonna fucking do this with you, but we're gonna do it my way, and then they argue about it. I thought that was really neat. There was no like buddy system until later.
I felt the arguments though was a bit fake. Like it felt a little bit too tactile. Like I felt it was forced. The argument amongst them felt a little bit too forced. Like there's no reason they should dislike each other so much as they did in that movie. Like, it's still fine.
They're a
But
bunch
No.
of
It was
A-type
forced. It was
personalities.
absolutely intentionally forced by the staff.
Oh, that's right.
That was
In
what
the
was
lab
driving
scene.
that.
Yeah.
So yes,
he was
it was
trying to
forced.
get them to break so that they could work together.
Okay.
They actually talk about that. So that's why
Okay,
it's forced.
well, we have a
Thank you,
tie.
Seamstress. Thank you for covering that.
Yep.
So
We have a tie, and our agreement for ties was we were going to look at the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, and therefore this one goes to the Avengers.
How close
As it
was
should. I knew the audience was going to pick that over Ragnarok.
Audience
because-
score 91%, Thor Ragnarok 87%.
That's really
Not by
close.
much, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not by
Okay.
much.
All right. Yeah. All right. Oh man, I love it.
Yeah, all right.
Well, like Korg. I'm just thinking about
We had
Korg
these.
and his buddy
we
Mick.
had these
How can you
rules,
not
but you
laugh
know
at
what?
Mick, the fucking lobster dude? Like it's so funny.
Piss off, Ghost.
Yeah, it's just
I mean,
Piss
yeah,
off,
of course
Ghost.
it's good.
No,
That
I love
director was so
Ragnarok.
good.
And like if I'm just gonna sit down and watch one
Yeah.
movie,
Thor,
a lot
that
of
would be
times
the
it
one
will be
I'd watch, yeah.
Ragnarok.
yeah.
But
Ragnarok's a
I
great
have to
movie.
vote Avengers.
Another day, another Doug.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
It's so
like it.
good. All right,
He sounds
Avengers
like
End.
Murray.
Oh, I thought it was Murray when I first
I thought it
watched
was
that
Murray
movie.
too.
Our next one is Iron Man versus Guardians of the Galaxy 2. It's Iron Man. Like come
Iron
on.
Man.
Iron Man.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is not good, Chard. I'm sorry.
How is
No,
it
you're
not
wrong.
good?
Oh,
How is
not
it not
good.
good? Okay,
You know what?
first of all,
We actually
you're
in our
getting-
household had this conversation a couple weeks ago. Like this is an
Okay.
argument we just had.
do you see
So
my
fucked
face
time.
turning red?
It's
soapbox time. You're going to tell me that Guardians is not good when we are diving deep into Star-Lord's fucking past and his motherfucking dying of cancer. He met his fucking father, who was a god or a half god or a celestial or whatever the fuck he was, right? And it's Kurt Russell, who I like. I like Kurt Russell a lot. Then you find out that his dad is a fucking dickhead and killed his mother. The emotional roller coaster that you're going on almost rivals that of Rocket's past story in Guardians 3.
Nah, it's not even fucking close,
Shut
dude.
your mouth.
Not even close.
Because they're not cute furry animals. If they were cute furry animals, it'd be a totally different story. You've got little Groot running through a fucking planet with a bomb. Then you find out that the guy that kidnapped him turned out to be a better fucking father, and you fall in love with what was supposed to be the bad guy. You find out that Yondu is a fucking badass. Then they fucking kill him. You're going to tell me that stacks up to Iron Man's drinking problem? Really? Iron Man is a fantastic movie. And that was the first MCU movie that I was like, I will see this 100 fucking times again.
No way.
That's how good Iron Man is.
Look,
Iron Man.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2, as funny as the line Mary Poppins y'all is, and I love Kurt Russell, but the storyline of Ego, this living planet, and it's Kurt Russell, and suddenly Star-Lord has mystical god powers for a bit. Oh, but when he's off the planet, he doesn't anymore. It's just
like a comic book.
Okay, but nowhere in the rest of the movies does he reference his god powers except for that one fucking movie.
It does. It does. In the first one, they talk about why he survived holding on to the fucking Infinity Stone. And they talk about how he is part celestial.
Okay, but they all held on to it.
I think they say part of your DNA is human and part of it is something else, but they don't necessarily.
They didn't specify what it was.
Yeah.
Look, but I'm going to stick with my canon. He survives the Infinity Stone through the power of fucking friendship, okay? It didn't matter that he was half god. Anyway, I thought, look, his mother dying, that happened in the first movie. Bringing it back for the second movie again didn't do it for me. I liked the Yondu spin. That was interesting.
Like, he did it. You found out the villain that did it. He didn't need to do it. It didn't have to happen. It's one of those things where it's not like, this isn't just fate that fucking happened. When he says, it killed me to put that cancer in her head, everybody in the theater went, what? Even he was like, fucking excuse me? And then fucking all the shit breaks down. And fucking Drax is hanging out with Mantis, and those two are fucking hilarious together.
It introduces Mantis. Introduces Mantis.
They're good, but they're
fantastic.
And then you start seeing Nebula kind of coming out of her shell too. On top of that, it's a fucking strong movie. You're gonna tell me it's not good? You didn't pay attention.
No, it's not. It's not. When I look at all the other MCU movies, it's nowhere near the top fucking 12 for me. Like, it's not. It's. I mean, there's not some. It's better than Blade. I'll give you that.
Game, so I don't have. And likes Blade.
I also would like to say that you're going over all of these different things that happened during that movie, and yes, they did. It's a little bit messy. Iron Man is a more cohesive story, so I'm going Iron Man.
Yeah, that's Iron Man for me. I just think it's overall the better movie. Plus, Robert Downey Jr. is fucking great in that movie. That reinvigorated his dead
Iron
career.
Movie. That's not fair.
Yeah.
That's not fair. He's great in every Iron Man. He's great in any scene he plays Iron Man.
But,
he is Tony Stark.
That movie is what brought back his career. His career was dead until Iron Man.
It's true.
Right? So, like, for me, that was more important.
Well, I think it started coming back with Kiss Bang Bang, which, if you haven't seen that movie, do yourself a favor and watch it. It's a Christmas movie.
Yeah. Kiss Bang Bang is epically good. It's fantastic.
I like Scanner Darkly is good too.
Yeah, Scanner Darkly was great. Yeah,
I love Scanner Darkly.
I'm.
Come on, Sister.
I'm going Iron Man by a hair. By a hair.
Yes, convinced him.
Fine, that's fine.
How much Guardians do you need on this list, Chard?
I think Guardians 2 is a good movie, but it's also the lowest of the three for me in the Guardians series.
Yes,
but it's a good movie. It's not Super Mario RPG, which I thought was okay, and now is bad.
Look, I got 4 bars in my hand for you, okay? 4 fucking bars.
You do? Remember, for every one finger pointing at you, you got 3 pointing back at you.
All right. Is that
one
3 for Iron Man?
Sky.
One confirmation.
Yeah, I think Iron Man wins.
God,
Like I
this is
said, it's
garbage.
by a hair.
I'd rather watch Guardians 2 than Iron Man.
Well, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 versus Deadpool 2.
Oh,
Deadpool
fuck.
2.
Deadpool 2.
Deadpool 2.
Really?
It's just too good.
Over Guardians?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Guardians-
fuck off.
I
That's
thought
not how I
Guardians-
thought that
no,
would go.
No, hold on. You said Iron Man 3. You just said Iron
Guardians of
Man
the
3.
Galaxy 3.
Okay, Guardians 3 then wins.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Oh,
that's
no.
Guardians.
I
Guardians of the
picked
Galaxy.
Deadpool 2.
Iron
I'm
Man
sorry.
3 is not on this list. Iron Man 3 sucks.
Iron Man 3 is not good.
Yeah.
No, Iron Man 3 does one thing really, really well. It does a good job of portraying PTSD.
Yeah, but just that, right? Like, but no,
Just that. Everything
it's
else-
Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Rocket's whole backstory, and the High Evolutionary versus Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
Sorry.
going
I'm
Guardians.
still going Deadpool, but whatever, it's fine.
I'm going Guardians.
Have you seen
Is
Guardians
that a-
3, Chard?
Is that a tie?
Yes, I have
Wait, what
seen
did-
Guardians 3.
what
I
did we
still
just do?
enjoy
Did we just-
Deadpool. Guardian 3 is a fantastic movie, but if I want to be entertained, I'm going to watch Deadpool. It's a good story, Guardians 3, but it's a little fucking hard. If you're going to watch
It's a rough-
Deadpool, I'd
yeah.
rather watch X Factor jump out of the goddamn plane and Domino have her ability to use her luck to not get killed by anything versus watching fucking Rocket's horribly tragic backstory over and
Yeah.
over again.
It's
I'd
a
rather
rough
watch
movie to watch.
fucking Wade Wilson go full Winnie the Pooh on this.
Did
one.
we just tie?
Is it tied or is it Guardians? I'm voting for Guardians.
I did Deadpool too.
I voted Guardians.
Yeah,
I
and
voted
so did
Deadpool.
Stress.
Oh,
Did
shit.
you?
Tie.
I
Fuck,
did.
Oh
it's a
shit!
tie.
I
Well,
thought you
I
picked
hate to-
Guardians. I love you. This is why we're
I hate
friends.
to say it.
This
I
is
hate
my-
to say it, but this
Guardian
isn't
will
even
win.
really. This isn't even really close.
Yeah,
Guardians wins
yeah.
by almost 10 percentage points.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
new. Get out.
I'm
No.
okay with that because it is such a good movie. It is so good, but it
It
just
was really good.
it is a lot, like emotionally. I cried a number of times watching that. Like I just
It's rough. It's a rough watch.
It's my
What's supposed to be like a lighthearted group of space
Exactly what's
explorers
hard.
starts to be like the darkest shit that's out there.
Mhm.
The contrast between Guardians 1, I love Guardians 1 and 3 the most out of the 3.
Mhm.
And the contrast between the goofball comedy of the first one versus the
Mhm.
heart-wrenching story of the third one is so different. It is
I mean,
mind
shit,
blowing how
Star-Lord's
different
still
direction
trying to
it
get
is.
over the whole Gamora thing, and you're just
Yeah.
like, fuck.
Yeah.
There's like
Yeah.
no. Drax
You
is
know-
the only good thing about anything going on right now.
that actually is something that I take issue with in Guardians 3 is the way that he's trying to manipulate her and trick her into taking him back.
Right.
And say, I know you don't remember any of these things, but still love me because I love you, and it's very manipulative and wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
A
good
little
point.
Can't argue with
idiots.
that.
Mhm.
I love that line too.
That's my new opening
Deadpool's
line
good
for
too.
everybody I meet.
Deadpool is good too, but
Are
it
you
doesn't have
waffling?
the polish
Are
of
you
the MCU
waffling?
movies. No,
Are we
I'm just
waffling?
saying. I'm
He's
trying to
waffling.
say I'm nice things about a movie you like. Okay,
He's like
asshole?
fucking Egos up there. He's
Yeah.
fucking waffling.
No, Deadpool 2 is nice too. It's nice. Okay. I like the cast of it, but
It's
it's not
nice.
as polished as some of the other MCU movies are. And I think that's the problem people may have with it. It's
We
just-
were introduced to the prison wallet from Deadpool 2. I mean, what else can you say?
And
And
Cable.
that is a phrase that I use not infrequently,
what's the name of the actor who plays Cable again? He's also Thanos, right? What's his name?
Yes,
He's Thanos.
God damn it. I hate you guys.
Brolin, Josh Brolin.
Josh
Josh
Brolin,
Brolin,
yeah.
thank you.
Because he's an old boy too. I like the actor a lot. He's a
He's
good
great as
Cable, hands down, a good Cable.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, he's a great cable.
But yeah, I think
I mean,
this,
Dead-
the High Evolutionary though is so well casted in Guardians
Yeah,
3, and he's
he
such a
is.
bastard. Like he's
That's another
better
thing
to
I
me
hate
than
about Guardians 3.
like when I look
There's
at Kang
fucking-
versus
their
High
portrayal
Evolutionary.
of Adam Warlock. Oh my
Oh.
God, I was so pissed about
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I was so pissed about the Adam Warlock. That's another thing I don't like about Guardians 3 is how they
Wow.
portrayed Adam Warlock.
They made him an idiot, but that's
Adam
I know.
Warlock's supposed to be fucking badass, and they made him a fucking idiot.
But like
All right,
the
well,
High
I'll-
Evolutionary is one of the best villains I think that Marvel has right
He's
now.
good.
I think he puts
Yeah,
Kang to
good.
fucking shame. He's way better. I hope they do more with High Evolutionary. I can't even say his name, but he's fucking amazing
High
as a bad guy.
Evolutionary.
He's up there. I hope to see more movies with him as a bad guy.
Yeah, it's
Evolutionary.
really rare to see a villain that's like truly evil, like just
Oh, yes, yeah.
irredeemably evil. So I liked
At
that they did
least Thanos had like, though he was fucked up, he had some redeemable qualities because his intentions in the movie, not in the book, I'd like to clarify that, in the movies was supposed to be some kind of like, I'm doing this to save the planet. People have to make the hard decisions. So we're doing this. While the high evolutionary was like, I'm doing everything I want to do because it's the way I'm going to do things. I don't care what you say.
Can I point out an issue? Can I point out an issue with Thanos' plan? This has always kind of bugged me.
The genocide of it?
Well, yes, but indirectly.
I mean,
there's snap your fingers and half of everything dies, right? Or, well, not even dies, just goes away. Or snap your fingers and everybody has plentiful resources and we're all happy.
Yeah, we don't think that way. Well, here's the thing. Is anybody in here familiar of the original story of why Thanos wanted the Infinity Stones from the books?
No.
Okay,
No.
so Thanos was trying to impress Death. He was trying to show his power because he was in love with Death, the physical manifestation of Death.
Right.
So he was getting the Infinity Stones so that he can impress her and win her over. So he got those and then fucked everything up because he's the Mad Titan. He's fucking insane. Just to impress Death. That's the only reason he was doing it. It wasn't so he can be a martyr or all that other shit. It's just because he was trying to impress somebody. When you really break it down, he was just trying to get some rocks for a girl he liked. You know?
When was that comic book from?
Pump the hate
Was that from the 70s, 80s, 80s?
I think it was the 80s, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I
Yeah,
have
that's
that
definitely an 80s story.
in my stack over there. Yeah, oh yeah, it's definitely an 80s story.
Okay.
You're in the jungle, baby. You're gonna die.
What's next?
All
Those are
right,
80s, but-
so that's Guardians
I
then.
got
Captain America Winter Soldier versus Spider-Man No Way Home.
Spider-Man,
Yep.
No Way Home.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean, they're both so good. Winter Soldier was such a good movie. Robert Redford and just like the twist
the guy
with
that
Jackson at
plays
the end
Bucky
and the eye was so good.
The guy that plays Bucky does such a good job too.
Yeah.
Sebastian
Shaw, I think.
Stan.
Stan. Yeah. Yeah, he's well casted. Yeah, that's too bad. Spider-Man is definitely
Spider-Man No Way Home. I mean, I'm with Chard. That's kind of the perfect Spider-Man movie. It really
If I had it my way, that would be the winner of this entire bracket personally, but that's just my personal opinion.
Like, I know they're doing more with Tom Holland, but I wish they wouldn't, because I'd like to end there, because that takes all of Sony's bullshit with Spider-Man over the last 15, 20 years, and just it's nicely tied together. I feel anything else they do on top of it will be like Venom, and I hate Venom. So I don't want them to mess it up.
Venom was bad.
Yeah.
I love Venom, and that movie's bad.
What's your vote, Sinstress?
I'm going with everyone else.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Yeah.
Yeah, Spider-Man sweeps.
No debate.
Sorry, I thought that was clear.
Yep.
My bad.
Logan versus Captain America Civil War. I still feel I love Logan, but I still feel like it's almost not a comic book movie. Like, if I'm watching Logan and someone walks in, they'll ask what movie that is, and I mention them, oh, he's an X-Men, it's Wolverine. Their mind will be blown, because that movie does not feel like X-Men at all until this clause come out.
Old Man Logan is a series in a comic book before it was the movie.
I know, but the comic book was a comic book, though. It felt like a comic book. This feels like
matter.
a fucking
It's still got
movie.
the same, like him just trying to fucking do his shit, and all the other stuff that goes on with that. It's still
Logan
pretty canon to the fucking paper.
Logan, the movie Logan, rips your heart out multiple times, stomps on it, shoves it back in, and you still feel like it was a fantastic movie at the end.
Yeah.
But I'm still going with Captain America Civil War. Logan's a fantastic movie and a fantastic book, but solely because another thing, it's everybody coming together with new people. You got a new Black Panther popping, and you're like, holy shit, this guy's badass. Then Spider-Man fucking shows up, who I'd literally been waiting for to join the MCU for fucking years. And when they finally got him in there, I was like, fuck yeah. And we didn't have to listen to his origin story for the third time. That was another really good thing. They were just like, kind of like, he's Spider-Man now. You know, he's doing his thing. There's no like, oh, I got bit by a spider. We already fucking know that. Do your thing, bud. Do your thing.
Yeah.
I'm mulling.
I don't know who to vote for in this one. I hate Zemo. Zemo is a villain I did not like. I didn't like that arc at all. I do like how everybody was coming together. It just didn't feel like a Captain America movie.
But Zemo
it felt like an
wasn't the
Avengers
problem.
movie. right?
Zemo was so like to the side of everything going on that you were more concerned about the division between your fucking favorite people that were working together, fucking hated one another, and you were on Team Stark or Team Rogers. That's how the whole thing was. Zemo was there just fucking poking holes
Poking
in
at
everything.
things.
He was more of an annoyance than an actual villain. The
And see-
villain was the ship between the team. That was the villain.
And the conflict in Civil War
Well, but
between
he's the one
between the
that
heroes
caused that to
felt
happen.
more
He
real
went in
than
Right. I mean,
Avengers.
with
Creating
the
that
Sebastian
conflict.
Stan and the whole thing. And Stark had every fucking right to be
Yeah.
pissed off about the
Yeah.
whole thing. But still, I liked it because he was protecting his friend. He was fucking upset about his parents, which he had every right to be. And it was really cool to spend. I like the book Civil War has nothing to do with any of that going on. Like it starts in a totally different way. So I was kind of like, I named it Civil War. I'm not going to like that. But I like what they did with the movie. I like how they portrayed it. And I thought it was really well executed. And nothing seemed forced. Everything seemed to like make sense. Like I would stand up for Sinistar if he did something to somebody's friend when he didn't know he was doing it. I would be like, bro, this is my dude. I'm sorry, I got his back. And then I would fight with him against whoever needed to happen, kind of thing, or you, Jake, or whatever. That would make sense if I had your back. But if I don't know, if Guy Prime killed my parents, I'd be pretty pissed off about it. You know what I mean? So it's the whole like the division of everything. I love you, GP. I know you would never do that, but I'm just saying that it's these best friends are now they fucking hate each other, and it's extremely well portrayed, and the ending of it is really well done too. I
Maybe what I
So-
don't like is sorry, real quick. Maybe what I don't like about Zemo as a character is what he ended up becoming later on in Winter Soldier Falcon series that was on Disney Plus afterwards, where they took that
I watched, like,
character
3
and they
episodes
made
of
him closer to the home to what the comic book character, and he's this rich baron. Like there's actually a line in the movie. He's like, "You're a private jet?" I'm like, "I'm a baron, Sam." Like, duh. It's like, where was this money in Civil War, right? It felt weird what they did with that character.
right.
I think I'm voting Logan.
Well,
on this one.
ignore
I think
him in the
Logan's the better
future because
film.
just imagine that didn't exist. I would watch Civil War more often than I would Logan, and Logan's a great film.
I'm gonna go Logan, but not for any reason that we've said so far. I'm gonna go with Logan because that relationship between Professor Xavier and Logan, it hits home for me with my relationship with my dad for the last few years of his life, because he was starting into that dementia stuff and I was there to like rein him back in. And so like I felt that. And I had a little bit of a similar story when my dad passed away so I'm going with it because like for me, that's like that hits real fucking close to home.
Right.
So yeah, I'm going with Logan.
It's a fair assessment. Spider-Man is the number one reason why Civil War is such a fucking hit for me. So, and it's such a silly little piece, but it's just because he's my favorite character, and that was their introduction into him, and I was fangirling so hard when he fucking grabbed the dude. When he grabbed Captain America's shield, I was losing my mind. So,
What say you, Sinstress?
Logan.
damn it.
I'm sorry.
That's fine.
They're both
Um,
fantastic.
I
They're
can't
both
win 'em all.
good.
love
Yeah.
both of these movies, and up until just a minute ago I was leaning Civil War, but thinking about it, like which one is more engaging to me emotionally throughout the movie, it's Logan.
Logan's a fucking ride, and it's not always the action. It's just the emotional aspect of it, and the writing is so
Yeah,
much.
it's not about
good.
action. It's about
Like,
the thing.
like I
story.
said, for me, it was almost a parallel story with superheroes to like my
Yeah.
story with my dad, right?
Yeah, it's very much a resolution movie as well as a potential beginning movie. Like she could go on and grow up and be the next
X-23.
Wolverine.
X-23. Yeah.
But yeah, it's overall like it makes me feel more throughout the length of the movie.
And it led to the music box in Deadpool 2.
Yes, it did.
Which also didn't make our fucking list.
I know.
All right. Okay, so Logan, I guess, goes on, and
Yeah.
the last one for this round is Black Panther versus Infinity War. I don't know, man.
That's a tough
Black
call.
Panther for me. I just fucking that movie's hit so well from start to finish. It was done so well. A completely fully realized world of Wakanda was done so damn well. I thought that movie was great from start to finish. I wasn't even a Black Panther fan. Like I barely knew the character from the comic books, but that movie made you a fan. Like it was just so well done. It's so well acted, and just
Black Panther number 4, I think, out of the first beginning series. Really proud of that one.
What were you going to say, Sinstress?
I'm going to go with Jake on this one. I'm going to go Black Panther for a lot of different reasons. One is I loved that movie. Like I loved watching it. I loved experiencing it. I loved having a movie full of Black heroes and people that got to do their thing, and having, that representation, like that really means a lot to me personally. So I loved that. And then also I didn't feel like I had been kicked in the stomach at the end of it. So that was kind of a plus.
So I don't know what I'm voting for, but something that's weighing in my mind is Black Panther made me appreciate Michael B. Jordan as an actor.
Mm-hmm.
And it was because I hated him so much. Like it's almost that high evolutionary, right? It's like, and I
it's warmonger.
Yeah. But I hadn't actually seen, like, I don't remember having seen Michael B. Jordan really until that movie.
The Wire.
And I know he was in Creed. Well, that's the thing, is I didn't remember him in The Wire.
Okay.
But like that movie, Black Panther, really like made me realize, okay, yeah, he has the Michael B. Jordan swagger, but he's a really good actor. So I still don't know what I'm voting, but that's something that I'm taking into account.
I'm all in on Infinity War because, and as much as I loved Black Panther, don't get me wrong, it's a spectacular film. This is a hard choice, but I really like how everybody did everything they thought they could, and they still lost. And Final Fantasy VI, I like it when the villain wins. I just thought that was cool. They did everything. They thought they had it all down, and Stephen Strange was like, Nope, I went through thousands of realities. This is our best option right now.
No, I'm sorry. Star-Lord fucked it up. They would have had Thanos, except Star-Lord fucked it up. So, they didn't do
everything. Chris Pratt and everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It's just
he's the easy target these days.
He is the worst.
And yet we still have at least one Guardians movie here. So I like Infinity War. I like how it. I loved Endgame because it ties it all up in a little bow, and I thought it was in here, but it's not. But I really like how they did everything they could, and they still fucked it up, even with Chris Pratt fucking it up.
Okay, I'm sorry, but
has been known to do lately. That's fine. I know everybody's gonna fucking pick Black Panther because it's a great movie and it deserves to win. I'm gonna be the odd man out. I'm Jake today. Everybody call me Jake. Everybody hates the things I love today. That's fine.
I voted more often than not.
Can I finish my sentence here? Hold on.
You cannot. You're done. Check it off. He already wrote it up there. You haven't even said what you were going to pick, and he already wrote Black Panther in the goddamn bracket.
Well, he said, I'm sorry, Char. I mean, if you want still, I can delete it. Here. You happy now? That make you feel better? I've deleted the bracket. There you go.
What if I was going to say, I'm sorry, Chard, I'm with you?
Yeah. He could have said anything. Sorry, Chard, I don't like your hat, but I'm voting Infinity War. Oh, that's okay. I'll forgive you for that. But
I'm just trying to streamline things. I've cleared the line. It's empty. Feel free, Sinistar. Pick what you like. I'm fine.
I can't trust anything coming out of this man's mouth or spreadsheet.
I still am not voting. Do not put down because I still haven't decided. But I'm going to make a statement that is, if it were Endgame, I would vote for it without question. It would be Endgame.
I don't know how we missed that one on there. It should not have been missed on here.
I think part of it is it felt like the same movie. And like, do you pick part 2 or do you go part 1, right?
We had to have a spot open. It's the same movie. You have 3 Iron Mans and 3 Guardians movies on here. What are you fucking talking about? The same movie. It's the same. There's 3 different movies on here.
Look, you guys wanted all 3 Guardians movies on this list. I was only wanting 1 and 3. You guys pushed 2 on me. And I don't know who the hell wanted Captain Marvel, but she was there too. And, Blade needed room, so we had to get some good movies there.
Blade did need room. I'm sorry, I'm with Jake. That needed to be on the list for a number of reasons. Like, we would not, as he said, have what we have today as far as the MCU goes without Blade.
Yeah.
It's true.
Like, I'm not saying it's one of the best movies, but it's definitely on this list. Yeah.
Chard, I'm bringing it to a tie. And
Damn
here's
it.
why. Here's why. Because
it's gonna win out.
Because the last quarter of Infinity War takes place in Wakanda. It is pretty much a Black Panther movie for the last quarter of it.
They fucking murder Vision. They fucking murder Vision in Wakanda to get that fucking stone.
So I'm going
fucking Maximoff goes fucking full on Scarlet Witch, psychotic.
But she's psychotic in a lot of the movies now. Like that's what they've done with that character, and I don't like it.
Wouldn't you be? I think I'd be pretty crazy if I watched someone crush my wife's head to steal a rock out of it. I would go insane. I would be the new Frank Castle. Thank you very much. I would be in jail. People would be hurt.
So it's a tie.
Black Panther wins because I know Metacritic's gonna. Oh yeah, it's gonna be way higher. Really?
Nope.
Really?
It's a tie.
No. Infinity War wins hands down.
Okay.
Really?
Okay.
That's
92% versus 79.
I can
79.
Black Panther 79%? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought it got better ratings than that.
What's funny is if we were using critic scores, it's the exact opposite.
Yeah. Weird. There's nothing I love from Black Panther in the audiences, I thought. Like Wakanda Forever, the sequel, I wasn't that great comparison, but holy shit.
But I argue that at least a quarter of Infinity War is a Wakanda movie.
Yeah. He's in it. And
it's in everybody.
In Wakanda.
Everything's in there.
It's in Wakanda.
Yeah, I know.
It takes they take place because they use Wakanda as ground zero for that battle.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I'm gonna get that arm. I'm gonna get that arm.
All right. Well, semifinals. I don't know if I'm ready.
We're still only an hour in. We're doing pretty good.
I mean,
yeah, this is pretty good.
Just to tie it back together. I mean, that's the introduction of his axe. That's Peter Dinklage as the dwarf. I mean, that's Rocket, and him and Rocket starting a fucking star. Yeah.
There's a lot of shit in there.
There's good
and then him coming flying
in
and shooting
and
the
then
axe,
still losing,
and shooting the axe into Thanos, and Thanos telling him, "You should have gone for the head. You should have gone for the head."
And then he snaps, and then fucking shit just goes to shit, and you're just like, "What? Why?" It's so good.
Yeah. Anyway,
it's so good.
Okay.
All right. First we have 3 semifinals. First one, Avengers versus Iron Man. Iron Man. I think Iron Man, to me, is the pinnacle of MCU in the beginning. That's what started it for me. I like Avengers a lot, but I think
it started for
just think the thing Iron Man
Blade
solo movie is great.
Fair. Okay, fair.
Blade started it.
All right, assholes. Iron Man. That's my vote.
Avengers.
I gotta go Avengers. Avengers is still fucking everything coming together in one nice little package. I mean, you've got the beginning, which is great, but then the end is pretty sweet. You know what I mean?
I take Jake's point, and he's absolutely correct in what he has said. But I have drawn a different conclusion.
I do like Loki. Loki as a villain is great.
I'm going Avengers because it was Tony Stark's first self-sacrifice. It was his first self-sacrifice.
That's
and he was not Iron Man was never the self-sacrificing. You know, he was self-centered. Everything that he did was for his reason, right? And at the end,
growth.
And the fucking moment that Jarvis is like, should I call Pepper? And he's like, yeah, why not? I fucking cry.
Yep.
At that, the way that he's just like, might as well, just, yeah, I'm gonna break her fucking heart. You might as well call her.
And then he was fucked up from that point on, and every other movie, and that was cool. I mean, it's not cool, but it's cool that he carried that with him. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
and
it's
I'm
not
glad-
cool that he had PTSD, but the fact that they were able to translate that throughout the rest of his Iron Man career, I thought was
was
a
character
real good
growth.
addition. It
Yeah,
wasn't
you
like
can see the
exactly.
impact of
He
it.
didn't just come back the next time after surviving all that shit and be like, I am fucking invincible, you know, ha ha ha.
Mhm.
He was like, I'm building more shit because this is fucked up. And he kept adding stuff to the fucking core and
Yeah.
stuff to himself. And she's like, you need to fucking. I really like everything that happened after the Avengers. So the
that was
Avengers wins for me.
his first self-sacrifice, which led to the ultimate self-sacrifice.
But
All right, so that goes to the finals. Next one, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 versus Spider-Man No Way Home.
I'm gonna hate everything, but I'm picking No Way Home.
God damn.
High Illusionary is such a fucking great villain.
But,
He's really good, but like all of Spider-Man's villains throughout
well,
the entire Spider-Man universe is in one movie, and that's
and
cool
every
shit.
single villain in Spider-Man is
Is the
redeemable.
same.
Well, it's
Yes.
redeemable,
That's
which
the
is
point.
And the same
different
people.
than evolutionary, because and so that movie is about trying to redeem the villains, not just beat the villains. This is a tough one.
And it's all the original actors on top of that. That's brilliant.
They even
They
brought
didn't
the
just add
voice
some
actor
dude off
for
the street.
Sandman, Hayden Church. They
Yep.
brought him back as the voice of Sandman, which I thought was
he was
hilarious.
there after they changed him human again. He was
He's
Hayden
there,
Church again.
yeah. Like they pulled every possible stop
Everyone.
to make that movie happen, which seems impossible to me. Plus, it has Doctor Strange in it, and the idea that you're taking Peter Parker and now he's the Peter Parker we know from the comic books, where he's truly just some random dude alone in a city. He doesn't have that backstory that they built up in the movies, and I think it brings it home to the comic book Spider-Man. I like Guardians 3 though, but it is a hard watch. I don't know.
Shit, so's No Way Home. It can be. They make him they make
That's
everyone
the
forget
thing is,
everything.
like, you have the determination of two entire groups of people, right? In both of these stories, and they're both heartbreaking the whole time that you're watching them, and the end is just, you know, God, it's half of one or 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. Like either way, here sometimes you're like, oh, either one I could be fine with. Either one of these, I'm gonna feel bad about not picking the other one.
Yeah,
You know, because they are just both so good.
I'm a Spider-Man homer, so my hat will always hang on Peter Parker.
I'm going Spider-Man.
I think I am as well, and it's because I've only seen I am more familiar with it because I have seen it more times. I think is the only reason I'm going to go with that.
Oh, I'm gonna hit him with it. Jake Mamu, I've come to bargain. We're gonna get trapped in a time loop until you fucking pick the right goddamn thing.
Well, no, you guys, 3 of you pick Spider-Man, so I think that's fine. So
Yeah.
I, honestly, like, I'm
but I
fine
want
with
you to-
either. But the thing with like both these movies are great in that they definitely are an ending or a beginning, right? The end of Guardians 3, you have potentially a new team they could do something with, although James Gunn's not around anymore, but they could do it. And then Spider-Man as well. It could be an opening or it could just be an ending, and it takes Peter back to the way that we all knew him before. That's tough,
Yeah.
but I can be fine with Spider-Man No Way Home. It's a good movie. It's probably the only Sony movie where I'm like, yeah, you assholes. Like, I just hope they don't screw up anything else. Like, I saw them doing Craven or whatever.
Spider-Verse are both Sony as well. Both Spider-Verses are Sony as well.
Sony still owns, I believe, the Spider-Man name.
They do, yeah.
Disney has their
But
fucking
Craven the
hands on
Hunter,
it.
they're
It's
going to
still
mess up
Sony.
so hard, and Venom is
Oh,
not so
Craven's not a hero. I don't want to get into that.
great. I know.
We're not going into
Anyway.
that.
All right, so Spider-Man No Way Home then moves on to the finals. Last one, Logan versus Infinity War. I don't.
I'm
for
gonna.
me,
We already
Logan is
have
the
Avengers.
film, right?
We
These are all
already have
movies.
Avengers.
Stop having the same movies on the bracket.
Yeah. I'm going with Logan. Logan is a great film. I love Infinity War, but we already have the beginning of the Infinity War of the Avengers in here. So by merit alone, Logan's going into the top 3. I'm fine with that.
I'm going with
Because
Logan.
we're gonna have Avengers and Infinity War. We're gonna just be like, it's the same fucking thing.
I'm going with
really
Logan. I'm going with Logan for almost the same reason I did originally, which it's that same story that like I have a personal tie to. And for me, Logan is a story that is basically an emotional story that just happens to have superheroes in it. It's that literary level, it's that personable level. You know, Infinity War is superheroes doing what superheroes do. It's big booms and big, you know, actions, and it's cool, but it's not personable like Logan is. And so I'm going Logan.
And we've already got one of those in here. I mean, it's nothing.
We do.
You get Infinity War and Avengers in here. It's the same damn thing. It's the same formula, right?
So is that all? Everybody for Logan? 4 votes for Logan. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then, Chart, I guess our finals is we have to determine which is first, second, and third. So we got Avengers, Spider-Man: No Way Home, and Logan. And I just want to say, Logan. There are many movies on this list, but Logan is the only film. That's my point.
I want to say the reason I go Logan, because I mean those last 2 brackets were so funny. It's like the same themes ended up, you know, stacked up against each other. But with Logan, it's a full film. It's not a half of a movie. It's a full movie. So that's where Logan wins.
Yeah. Although Avengers could have been a full film by itself as well. Like they won at the end of Avengers.
Infinity War. It was up against Infinity War. And so you end up having that devastation. You have people doing everything that they can, and at the end of it, you lose.
Sorry, I thought you were trying to. I thought you were doing order. I thought
no.
Okay.
I was, you know, saying why I voted
Logan versus Infinity War.
Yeah,
I am. Yep, it's from start to finish. There's a beginning, a climax, a conflict, and an end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Infinity 100%. War was like part 1.
Which
I'm with you 100%, Sinstress.
Okay. So in our final then, Avengers, Spider-Man: No Way Home, and Logan, where do we think stuff belongs?
Spider-Man, Avengers, Logan.
Logan can't be third.
It can be.
It
is on mine.
No, it's definitely. I mean, like I said, it's a
number
film.
3 is still really good, by the way.
Yeah, but it's better than Avengers.
It's better than Avengers?
Yeah. It's better than Infinity War. We disagreed on that point.
If we're talking about, because we already have that movie, it's like we had Deadpool 1, 2, and fucking 3 that doesn't exist yet. Well, I guess Deadpool 1's the best, Deadpool 2 is the second and third, whatever. Or Guardians, because we had all 3 of those fucking movies in here. So imagine that story. Let's be honest. We've all said this. Logan is not a movie, it's a film, right?
Yeah.
Does it truly belong in a superhero bracket only because there are superheroes in it, but it's a more humanistic movie than it is an action-packed superhero movie?
Jared,
so it's already out. It's not that it's out of the league, it's just it's out of this window.
That's the most jig-ass answer I've ever heard from anybody. I'm proud of you. You really have turned into me as you tried to bullshit your way around. Logan not being number 1.
I'm just saying it's not a bad movie, but that's like it's like inviting a goth to a Barbie movie. It just maybe they like it, that's fine. But should it be in the bracket?
Well,
it's a great movie. It's not a bad movie. It's got superheroes in it.
Yeah.
But is it a superhero movie? Or is it a movie with superheroes in it?
I'm just going to say my one takeaway from this episode is I'm going to go watch Logan.
As should everybody.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
This episode
and then we're going to watch Blade.
Yeah, oh God.
Yes.
Then we're going to watch Blade.
Learn where we came from.
The whole damn thing.
It's our nerd history.
Ryan Reynolds in his first.
Whoa, there is one movie. Blade movie, and then there were 2 turds. That's fine.
Yeah, don't. Nobody's defending Blade 2 and 3. Not even. I'm not even going to try.
Wasn't it even Guillermo del Toro that did number 2?
I don't remember.
Was it?
Sounds right, but I could be.
Maybe.
I don't know. It tickles my brain.
Like, how
At
did
least
that guy go so wrong?
Morbius didn't make it on here. It's Morbin time.
It's Morbin time. Okay, so I can agree that Logan may not be number 1, but I think it's definitely not 3. I think it's number 2, personally. Like Spider-Man being number 1, I'm fine with.
Number 1. I can go with Spider-Man being number 1.
Sinistress, are you okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
I will give you Logan as number 2. If you really have a hard on for it, and Avengers 3 is fine.
I think I'm gonna
I got what I wanted out of the top 3. So I can sacrifice the other 2. I'm cool with it. Even though
I think I'm gonna vote Logan for number 2.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Perfectly okay.
That's our order.
Because Spider-Man No Way Home is the greatest Marvel movie that they have produced to date. No. For me, out of all of them.
Well, and Tread's hosting, so his word is absolutely concrete here. So
no, it's not. It's if it's concrete, it's cracked, and you shouldn't stand on it.
How did Endgame not make this list?
I told him to put it in, but nobody listens to me. He just put Infinity War blindly. I said Endgame, but he was like, "Yeah, sure, Infinity War." Tap 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 tap.
What movies did you ask for? Like I pull this listed in my ass every time. Like I do. No. Hold on. You asked for.
You do.
Let me no.
I'm like, hey, let's get these in here, and you were like, cool, yeah, Infinity War, cool.
Your argument was Invisible Drax, as if that fucking solves anything for Guardians 2. What did you ask for? You asked for like 3 movies, and I put them all in that damn list.
I asked for Spider-Man No Way Home, and I asked for Endgame, but I think you put down Infinity, which is fine. I don't give a shit. It wouldn't have made it to the top 3.
So you got what you wanted. You're welcome.
I said I got what I wanted.
Okay.
Can I bitch you about it?
An observation.
Yeah.
Nobody has been able to pull out their bingo cards this episode at all.
Yeah, because I have all the comic book stuff. That's me. I have Iron Man and Spider-Man up there.
Wait. No.
Book, the entire fucking book here.
I'll do it. All my comic
I've got Spider-Man 300 that introduces Venom.
It doesn't count because you're not pointing at your shelves. It doesn't count.
Hang on. All my comic books are on that shelf that you can't see. So there you go.
Nope, doesn't count.
Anyway, pan up to all
my
my
start
Funkos.
putting on this floor is not on the bingo card.
All my Spider-Man Funkos.
Nope.
I don't know how you bought all those, man. I don't get it.
With money that I earned from work.
I know, but
that's how I bought them.
They don't do anything.
And I go to the Funko store.
Wait.
I give the guy cash, and he gives it to me.
I understand the transaction part of the thing.
Funkos. Look, I got a fucking gelatinous cube from fucking D&D. I got fucking Groot.
There needs hybrids still in the box over
out on
here.
An opportunity to point at your shelves.
That's true. But I've got fucking Butt Stallion from Borderlands 2. Stallion.
Does he make the noise?
She. Princess Butt Stallion. Jesus Christ.
I apologize, but for messing the pronouns up. But does she make the noise? If it doesn't make the noise, if it doesn't do anything, then it's kind of a waste. And it's in the box.
She looks
like the Optimus Prime in your shelf moves.
He does.
Yeah.
And Mario makes little noises as the thing spins around.
Yeah.
They are a display item, sir.
But my fucking Sinistar like woodburn art doesn't do shit except for look there. And look how awesome that is. Thank you.
All I'm going to say is my wife has garbage bags full of Beanie Babies, and they have not gone up in value. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, one of them. Okay. Oh, it's Bobblehead. That's not a Funko, is it?
No, that is.
Funko makes bobbleheads. Yeah.
Do they really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Take it back. That does something.
Okay.
Oh, wait. What is this? Oh, shit. Is that? Oh, that's Star-Lord. Oh, fuck. Oh, wait. Wait, what's this? Oh, it's Groot. Oh, shit.
Okay.
Oh, wait, what is this? Oh, is that? That's right. That's Black Panther. Crazy. I don't fucking do anything.
So you need for your channel Chard redeem for Chard plays with his toys on stream. That's what you need. 5,000 points. You just pull.
I don't want to get toss, buddy. Toss. I don't want to get tossed.
All right.
You should see my entire glass case over here. Fuck.
We read off the top 3 again, Chard, just so we have it for posterity.
Over there.
Yeah, for sure. We yelled at each other not nearly enough in this episode.
The fuck? You have
Looks like
that?
it doesn't do anything, does it?
Why didn't you open the episode with that, Char? You had the prop. Why wasn't that the opening line? The fuck?
As I didn't think about it. I'm packing. That's why I didn't. It wasn't readily available. All right. Well.
Awesome.
Anyways, now that we have the Infinity Gauntlet and it makes noise. So we've come to the agreement. Go ahead and lock that in. We've come to the agreement that Spider-Man No Way Home wins everything. Okay. Logan is 2 and Avengers is 3. I'm fine with those decisions. Is everybody fine with that?
Yeah, I think
Yes.
that's a good list.
Fantastic.
Yep.
All right. Well, it looks like with just a snap of our fingers, we've come up with a wonderful addition to the Press B to Cancel bracketology that we love so dearly. This was not a 2-hour episode. We actually kept it under an hour and a half, which is pretty
Amazingly.
standard for us. So I'm happy with that. That was a good job. Guys, thanks. I want to thank everybody who came out and hung out with us today. Sinistress, thank you so much for being a guest on this show again. And I'm sorry that you had to listen to us rant and rave like we always do.
Dude, I always enjoy being here and I enjoy watching you guys. I'm there almost every week. It's just it's a highlight of my week, and being able to be here actually participating is just gravy.
It's fantastic.
Awesome.
It's
to have you.
awesome
Fantastic.
gravy to have you. It's awesome gravy to have you here.
It is awesome gravy. Gravy is awesome, as are you.
Oh,
So
thank
you so much for coming and joining us.
Uh,
This is yeah,
I was
oh,
going
go
to say
ahead.
this is a banked episode, so we're
This is
not doing our top
pre-recorded, yeah.
100. We're not doing a top 100 for banked episodes. So we if you're listening to or watching this one, hopefully the next one we'll do a top 100.
Someday we're gonna have a couple banked episodes because, as most of you have probably already heard, me and Jake are both moving into new houses. Not the same one, but different ones. But we are going to be moving. So there's going to be some times where you're going to see some banks of coming up here a little bit more in the future for at least the next 2 months, I would assume. And then hopefully around October, the live stuff will
settle
start
in.
firing off again. Yeah. Does anybody have anything that they've got going on other than moving into new homes that they would like to tell our viewers, our listeners?
We're not moving into a new home.
Thank goodness.
I'll say I beat Diablo 4's campaign and I started season 1 and it was incredibly boring and I've uninstalled it and installed Path of Exile instead. And even though I played that game before, it is fucking rad and is way better than Diablo 4 in every conceivable way. It's shocking how much better Path of Exile is, better than Diablo 4. Diablo 3 was different story. I love Diablo 3, but 4 is so boring. So anybody who's on the fence, just play Path of Exile, honestly.
Stay
Or
on the
Grim
fence.
Dawn. I'm gonna shout out Grim Dawn.
Grim Dawn.
And I'm still trying to get through Super Mario RPG's badge, which probably isn't going to happen because 100 jumps is stupid. But hopefully we'll finish that up on Sunday. And I have an old point and click Sierra game that I think I'm going to
Is it
start
called
up.
Visage?
It is not called Visage. That's not till September. It's not until after I settle into my new house. Can't wait to scare myself there. But no, we're gonna do a little fun little series of games. Because of the move, I'm gonna try and do something that's kind of quick, kind of fun. There's some remasters that have come out a couple years back, but they're point and click Sierra games that I'm pretty excited to show for the stream. So I think that's what we'll do next until I shut down for probably a good month and a half, and then fire back up in the new dig. So, but we will still be here. Press B will still be here. Sinistar will still be here. Werewolf will still be here. Jake and myself will be here in some form of spirit. We might even get some more guests. Sinistress might have to carry the torch for us for a little while.
That's right.
Oh darn.
That's right.
Oh, darn, right? So with that, guys, thank you so much for being here. This has been another fantastic episode of Press B to Cancel. Fuck your choices, Jake.
I should have gone for the head.
That's way